Ready. Right. So good afternoon, our friends from the afternoon, our friends from the media. Welcome to the conference room at the national headquarters of the GIS. This is a second update on what we issued earlier in the morning about a swap being conducted by officers of the Ghana Immigration Service and an operation that had been sanctioned by the Comptroller General of the service to raid the streets of Accra of foreign beggars and also to disrupt networks of criminal elements, and then also to repatriate all undocumented beggars in collaboration with their respective embassies in the country. And then we are to ensure that this operation is conducted in a very humane way, in consonance with our core value of respecting the human rights of every individual, be it a Ghanaian or a foreign national. So this morning, early in the day, some teams of operational men from the service descended in onto 11 different zones of the national capital to arrest all foreign nationals in locations that we have identified by or through intelligence. We zoned the whole national capital into 11 zones, from Zabuzongo to KIA to Medina, Abokobi, and what have you. And as we speak, we've arrested 2,241 foreign nationals made up of the following: 384 male adults, then 525 female adults, and then 755 female children. All these persons are currently undergoing profiling. When they arrived, we had various tents set up and officers. We have the GIS clinic on standby to conduct medical screening for any of them, especially children and old persons who may need medical attention immediately, to take care of them. And the next segment was for them to go through security profiling to ensure, apart from the undocumented ones we are looking for, whether there are persons of interest. For such persons, we'll take them through the normal legal process. Those that are undocumented are engaged in these uh, begging and other criminal activities. Immediately they go through and to the end of the profiling session, buses are ready to convey them to their various destinations. We are in talks again with some of the embassies of these nationals, and they fully support what we are doing. Some of them, a couple of years back, conducted such exercises on their own. So we have their backing, and if any embassy, for that matter, will want to remove their nationals by air or whatever that means, the service is really ready to support such an effort. But after they go through all the processes, they'll be escorted out of the country by the GIS by road. So far, that's what we have. And they are currently going through the process. By the end of the day, we'll know the total number that have been arrested for the day and the various nationalities into which they fall. And these figures may rise as more people are brought in. As we speak, so far we have received from about 4 or 5 zones within the national capital. I believe by the close of the other zones may come on board and the numbers will definitely go up. And then we will get to know the various nationalities to which they belong. So that is what we have for now concerning the scope, what we call special operations that the service has embarked on. Thank you. If there are one or two questions, I'll pick them up.
Is this operation only happening in Accra or it's a nationwide thing? Or we find some of these people in various towns and within the country?
Yeah, so thank you. So it's it's to be conducted across the country, especially the major cities. So Accra is the launching pad. Definitely within the next 24 hours or so, the other cities will begin to experience this this move of removing these undocumented areas. Yes, so it's not just going to be confined to the national headquarters, but then outside Accra.
Which nationals are predominantly the largest numbers if we corrected so far?
Yes, I have not received that briefing. Like I said, the process is still ongoing. I'm sure by the course of the day, in the next press statement we release, all these questions will be answered.
A follow-up. Would you agree that your officials at the borders, land borders specifically, are compromised or complicity of all this?
They are not. They are not. And I wouldn't hold brief for anybody who will intentionally do that. But then, and again, it's not an excuse that we always say the borders are porous. Border security institutions where others even come to benchmark us. Just that at times it's unfortunate that some of our fellow nationals and let say border residents at times assist some of these people to come in, and but then we are in engagement with such border nationals about the dangers of assisting foreigners to enter the country through farm ways and other pathways and all that. Yes. Yes, when the first or last, but OSHA way in terms of magnitude and planning and all, it is one that we know will send a very strong signal to those even who may be hiding somewhere that we have not seen that no, the terrain has changed. And even at the borders now, the Consul General has given a very strong directive to border commanders to double their patrols and their efforts. And again, we've also built up on our community engagement with border residents to ensure that these things do not happen. So in most border communities, especially in the northern frontier, we formed what we call community protection forums, where there are various groupings with border community members as part of this group, where you have these civilians being chairpersons of this group to raise issues about counterterrorism, cross-border activities, and all that. So gradually, we are buying them onto our side, and let me say that the effort is paying well. So we may not be seeing such high numbers coming on because of what take it as an assurance, but with the cooperation of all Ghanaians. Thank you.
Okay, you mentioned security profiling, and we know that this issue, you can look at it from the child protection view and the immigration aspect. Now, after profiling these people, those that are found out to be Ghanaians, for instance, is there any collaboration, for example, Ministry of Children's Social Protection, what is being done to make sure some of them are school, in fact, all of them school going age, to ensure that they go back to the classroom?
Yeah, so definitely, if you are found to be a Ghanaian, yes, you'll be released. Our main attention and concentration is on foreign nationals. Yes. You want to know whether this action is as a result of no. So like I said, GIS is in charge of migration and also border security and all that. But then, like I said, we now depend more on intelligence-led operations. So from Intel, we realize that these beggars, apart from being a nuisance, you find some criminal elements trying to organize them and then use them for certain activities. And even the issue of human trafficking, that trying to engage them and taking them away. Some go with buses to go and bring them and ferry them into the country because one, the business is lucrative and they are using these vulnerable ones to enrich themselves. I think it is very wrong. They are foreign nationals. They are foreign nationals. And at times you find Ghanaian collaborators. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said earlier, I said as as part of the operation, and it's one of the key objective of the operation: ensure humane handling and processing, and by our core value as an institution, respect for human rights. So we are taking. That's why earlier, when some of the cameramen came, we said no, we can't send your cameras there because you find them in a very vulnerable state and all that. You don't have to expose, especially for children. You don't have to expose them on our news flashes. But I saw online some media houses showing pictures of children. We have to protect that. So we are being guided and being mindful of their human rights. So we are doing it in a very humane way.
Yeah. How do you determine, how do you determine that somebody is a Ghanaian?
Oh, that's our job. That's our
How
job.
do you do
So you see, some of the questions, if they are answered, then it gives information to those who may be listening to us but not be like us, and then they can use that to try to evade officers when they are being questioned.
So what would you do if you found this foreigner with a Ghana card? What would be your reaction?
Yeah. Also, we are experts in document fraud or identity fraud. So we know how to find these people out. We can easily check on the national database to see whether this card is genuine or you, the person, by our questioning to know whether you are indeed a legitimate holder of that card. That is whether you are a Ghanaian.
Meaning they are genuinely holding Ghana cards,
But you're not a Ghanaian.
But they can stay. Not a Ghanaian, but having a Ghana card. Because I know foreigners can't have Ghana cards.
No, Ghana card is not the ultimate factor in determining whether you are properly documented. One, your immigration status. Are you resident? Or have you been regularized by the immigration service? So that's the first point of call. Yeah. I think this will be the last one. I'll take this one. No, please come again. I think it's yeah. So again, I said that it's not just begging, but then people are turning into businesses, so they can go out there to neighboring countries where these vulnerable ones are there and easily bring them in and then push them on the streets. Then they sit at corner somewhere, and as and when their pockets are full, they go and empty it into the coffers of these facilitators. So we know all that. I'm saying that for some of these people, they wouldn't be just repatriated, but then we take them through the legal process.
So have you heard anything of people coming in claiming those arrested are relatives and they want to return them? Have you heard anything?
Not as we speak. So, Jenna, I'll take the last one. Please come again. Have we conducted?
Any studies?
No, I may not be privy to any such research or findings, but then the Ghanaian culture and attitude, comfortable and friendly. At times, even in traffic, when they come, comprend, you will be tempted to give them a CD or two. But then when we do that, we are motivating and encouraging them to be there to beg. Yes, so it's about the nature of the Ghanaian, how comfortable we are.
How are you dealing with the language barrier? Because most of them can speak any of our local languages, not even English.
Yes, but then some speak broken English. They've learned the trade, the language on the trade. Yes, so but then we have officers too who speak French.
How about Hausa?
Yes, we have them. We have them. So if you go there now, you will find officers who speak Hausa and French that who are there. Yes, some of them have been here that they can speak very well a good tree. And you may think they are Ghanaians, but they are not. So as for communication in terms of getting their data and all that, it's not a difficult issue. So
They didn't focus in this operation focus only the children in the street learning or the night secretary part.
no,
Because they are all foreigners.
yes, but the objective or the goal of this exercise is on the beggars. If other people are rolled in, fine. Yes, yes. So it's not about those who have their trade by night, but then targeted at street beggars.
Prostitutes at night who are foreigners.
Oh, but I know we've done such an exercise before at some areas, and we moved out over 400 female students or traders and all. Yes. So, but this one is targeted at the street beggars because of the criminal entities who are behind and using them.
Is there any violence, any confrontation between your officers and
No,
nobody fought back?
no,
Nobody resisted?
nobody resisted.
Really?
No, nobody. It has been smooth. It has been very smooth. Nobody. I asked that question myself when I went to the holding center. There have not been any kickoffs or fight or whatever. No, they just come in. Some even had time to go and pack one or two things into the bus. So if you go there, you find some of them with their luggages.
One woman looked pregnant and she collapsed at a point. What's her status?
I'm not aware of this, but I can follow up on that. Last question from the female.
Please, Magdalene from BBC again. What message does the GIS have for Ghanaians who may be aiding or employing undocumented foreign nationals?
Yes, you see, we are all enjoying the peace and security. People say Ghana is an oasis of peace, attracting foreign investors, holiday makers, and what have you. It lies on all of us as Ghanaians. That's why national security comes out with a saying that see something, say something. If we want to continue to enjoy the peace and attract the investment that we are getting now, then if I'm not in the community, you are there, and you see something that is untoward, that is against the rules, it lies on you to report such an action or movement to the police, to immigration, to the assemblyman, to whoever is a symbol of authority within the community, and then an action will be taken. So it is on all of us Ghanaians to ensure that the peace is protected for us to enjoy and to attract the needed foreign direct investment into our country. I'll take the last one, and this is the last one. Thank you.
When can we visit?
Follow up. So have you been able to get a word from the immigrants? They know, for lack of better words, they know they are employed. Have you been able to get something from them?
We are working on that. We are working on that. Definitely.
Follow up on what I asked. How is the GIS collaborating with local law enforcement to dismantle this criminal networks?
Yes, so some of the background information I will not be tempted to give, but then once it's coming from the top, from the Comptroller General, who also sits at national security meetings and all that, so know that other entities are involved, but then we are in the forefront and doing this. We have the support of all other agencies. Yes, currently we are in discussions with a security agency for extra space and all that. Yes.
When can we go and see that? Under your leadership, you want to direct us as to how to go about it.
When can we go and see them? Yes, I'll let you know. Definitely,
Today.
I'll let you know. Today, by 2 or thereabout, we'll be receiving more, so we do not distract the orderly manner of processing and all that. But then maybe by the close of the day or tomorrow morning, we can engage them. But then we are very mindful of taking pictures of children and vulnerable persons and all that, and showing them online.
Where's the next information taking
Yeah. So thank you very much. I'm grateful for your patience, waiting for me to climb up and all that. So support us with your write-ups and the space you give to us. Thank you very much. God bless us. Saying, wow. Okay. Then I'll start with Ghana. Right. It's the American say, and Ahumachi, Immigration Service paying pa Comptroller General of Immigration, Mr. Amadou, Emma, a quine say, conduct operations. Na yen kokrum na yewo nkurɔfoɔ mo nyɛ Ghanafoɔ a yɛkɔ the next stage a yɛbɛyɛ ɔmo profiling ahwɛ sɛ wofi he woyɛ de na owura mu woyɛ hwan odin and other other documents a yɛgye na etwa ne nyinaa mu tie ewie a ɔmo wɔ ha a ɔmo ni nkrataa a ɔmo ntumi nkyɛ enyuma baako na mmienu bi no ɔmo nyinaa yɛbɛyi mo afiri ha sei ɛna nkurɔfoɔ bi wɔ so a yɛhu sɛ by intelligence yes start here ne yɛyɛ over time the officers are Google Chrome or my if you want say there are some foreign nationals are almost actually ebi de ayɛ business nkora no kɔgye sika ne baa na ɔmo abɛhwie gu ɔmo bɔtɔ mu ɔmo nti ebi kɔ tumi kɔ amanɔne ɛkɔfa ɔmo ba na ɔmo yɛ adwuma ne yɛhu ne nyinaa na yɛhwehwɛ wɔn nti out of this no yɛsa so ɔmo mu a ɔmo deɛ ɔmo bɛfa mmara kwan so ɛna sentence a yɛdɔn ɔmo atum ba ɔmo maka ne nyinaa no yɛbɛhwɛ ne yɛgya wɔn kwan fɛfɛɛfɛ yɛyɛ ne nyinaa so no yɛhwɛ wɔn human rights mɛsɛ mɛsɛ aka ne twi ba ɔmo human rights sɛ ɛbɛ a yɛfɔ mfa ɛkwan bi so a ɛnyɛ ɛnam di kan aka sɛ yɛho sɛ some media houses koraa twitwa nkora pictures ɛde aba online yɛnyɛ saa it's against international protocol nti yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛ a obiara bɛfa mmara kwan so yɛwie a yɛgya wɔn kwan na deɛ dɛm sɛ yɛne one or two of the embassies of some of these nations a ɛde nyanya nkita ho a ɔmo taa akyire sɛ deɛ ɛyɛ no ɔmo fa so na ebi kɔ sɛ ɔmo ba no ka sɛ o yɛ deɛ yɛbɛ sɛ yɛde ɔmo fa yɛmhyɛn ɛde ɔmo kɔ back to baabi a ɛsɛ ɔmo kɔ a yɛnsi ɔmo kwan yɛbɛma ɔmo ayɛ saa nti dwumadi a yɛahyɛ aseɛ no na ɛnsi ɛnwie wɔ nkranha pɛ sɛ Kumase Satakoradi other places a ehu sɛ ɔmo wɔ no hɔ nyinaa yɛbɛyɛ ɔmo nyinaa na ehia sɛ Ghana ni ba biara bɛboa especially wɔn a wɔwɔ border areas because yɛhu sɛ apart from sɛ yɛn engage border communities no still a ebinom ebi akaka obenya nti no na wagye obi sika ɔde na tena okada so na ɔde na akɔsi bus stop na afa aka na aban kan na ɔkɔ Kumase ɛmboa yɛn because the public safety of every Ghanaian is very important esi a so ohwɛ yɛ northern frontier terrorism agye some of the countries over there sɛ yɛama yɛn nya na hɔ na yɛamoa na ebi ti bewura mu a we may not be sitting here having this discussion nti we will call on the computers as allies ɛnyɛ com center ɛnyɛ internet cafe please report to the service or to the police or to any person of authority assemblyman na action in taking ɛnyɛ saa asundwe a yɛ enjoy any investors a yɛnya because of the peaceful nature of our country no it may be eroded tèmi dam ase sɛ maa ba tie yɛn na ɔdɔ bua o rɔfo okay so far yɛka sɛ fi anɔpa a yɛhyɛ aseɛ no yɛnya 2241 emu kyekyɛ nie 384 ɛyɛ male adults mmarima a kyerɛ sɛ ɔmanyin ana 577 ɛyɛ male children ana 525 ɛyɛ mmaa mpanyinfoɔ ana 755 ɛyɛ nkwadaa mmaa nkwadaa ahohwɛ a in both categories no nkwadaa no ɛdɔɔso sen mpanyinfoɔ because ɔmo ɛna ɛyɛ businesses no nti mmarima no yɛ 34 nkwadaa mmarima no yɛ 577 but because of the other zones mmra no these figures may go up yeah thank you. What was that three question was it? Okay, me that's it. The campaign ade baako a yɛhyɛ mu kana yɛ community engagement. Yɛnya IOM, yɛnya EU a wɔn boa yɛn to set up permanent structures in the various border communities. Yɛate di nkokuo border citizens no ɛka ho wɔn kwan na ɛyɛ chairpersons of these various committees. Botae ne sɛ abibie mu no yɛhyia ne ɛma wɔn nkyerɛkyerɛeɛ ɛfa illegal crossing, terrorism, ɛne human trafficking, child trafficking, all these things. Na nti wɔn nya that kind of education a ɛboa in attitudinal change. Sɛ ade a yɛyɛ yɛnyɛ biem obi sɛ bi a yɛnyɛ sika sɛ but ɔman n'aso wie ɔman banbɔ ehu hia so I wouldn't assist or aid a foreign person to enter the country because wafa na ate okada so adi nwura mu na ɔde nafa efom kwan ɔde nwura mu no wonim na adwin wadwin sɛ bi owura kɛkɛ you don't even search his luggage na so wafa no but edwuma ewu mu a anasɛ but thirty na kwan so ɔba no you wouldn't know it yɛ sɛ sɛ woma yɛ nyinaa yɛ mmoa Ghana Immigration Service border no so and all other security agencies na yehu bibi a ɛkɔ so wɔn dem a ɛnya a yɛnyi security persons asotire na yɛn take the needed action madam ase your land. Eh? You kill me. I don't know Ga. I don't know
Suggesting let's have the other language people around.
Ga. But me, apart from Obonu, we don't have a gas station.
Well,
Okay.
even Hausa,
Yeah.